Hello everybody and welcome back to another Super Mario Maker 2 video. Today we are going to be looking at the first world in Dmoney's Super World. And Dmoney, he makes a whole bunch of different Super Expert levels. And I'm going to be attempting the first world of his Super Expert Super World and see how far I can get. So here I am firing up Dmoney's Super World, and I highly recommend you check out his Super World. It was very fun to play through the first world, and I wasn't able to get to any of the other worlds, but the first world that I did play was a lot of fun. So firing up the first board, it's Goomba Pipeland, and it's about traversing across the board by jumping on Goombas, blue platforms, and springs. So I thought this was a lot of fun. It might have been my favorite out of the bunch. The other ones were a bit harder, and this one was the perfect difficulty for me. And a lot of these sections I just thought were so cool in the way that you had to trickily traverse across the Goombas. And that jump right there that you just saw me do after the checkpoint, I could not get past that. I kept overshooting it. Oh my gosh. And then right here, the rest of this is fairly easy. I did mess up occasionally, and I was so mad at myself because I got so far. But then that's about it. You just have to do these tricky jumps across the Koopas, which luckily I didn't fail that. I would have been devastated if I failed any of those jumps because I was right next to the end. But yeah, I didn't fail the Koopa jumps, so I just collected the 1-ups to get extra lives and was able to move on to the next board. So yeah, this one, again, was probably one of my favorite boards out of the entire first world. And I don't know why. Maybe it was just the difficulty level, maybe it was the aesthetics, I don't know, but I just love this board so much. And then once I complete it, I had a decent time. I only spent, from the checkpoint to the end, I only spent 5 game time minutes. It's about 10 real-time minutes, so not the best, but definitely not the worst. So then firing up this next board is called Cave of Lepers. And in this board, there are a lot of different mechanics that go into play, but it has a lot to do with on-off switches. And, well, you'll see. It's basically, there are different things you have to platform across. I kind of forgot this one. It looks like it's mostly Koopas, but there are just lots of different aspects to this level. And this level, again, I thought was also really cool. And I think this one might have been a bit easier than the first one, but the first one was still no less fun than this. And then right there, it's a kind of tricky jump. And then you have to keep going. And then this part right here, I just thought was really cool. Chasing the thwomp. And then doing that awesome shell jump right there. And then you have to just jump across the springs. And right here, I was able to find cheese just jumping there. And same here. Just went below it and then jumped on the spring afterwards. And that was the cheese that I found. And then after that, I just collected all the 1-ups and finished up the board. So this level, again, tied for my first favorite. But then these next 2 levels that you will see, I was actually not able to complete. Maybe it was because I did them on a different day than the first 2, so I was just off sync that day. But either way, these next 2 levels I was not able to complete. Okay, so now I am going to the next level, and I will be showing you as far as I got on the bonus level. And I was only able to get to the checkpoint on this one, and then I'll explain that story in a bit, because I was so devastated what happened afterwards. So in this level, you actually don't start off with a 1-up like you do in the others, which really drained my lives and made it really hard. And you have to you're spin jumping the entire time. And as you can see, this one is a lot more precise than the other ones, and it's just constantly moving. And I think this one was definitely the hardest out of all of them. This one I probably spent 150 lives on, and I didn't even complete it. I only got to the checkpoint. And then, it may not seem very hard, but that was by far the hardest part of this entire first world. And once I got to the checkpoint, that was all I could do. And I was able to get a bit farther, but I accidentally clicked start over and had to start from the beginning. And after that, I was just like, I'm done. So I got a game over to refresh my lives and went on to the final level. So I was really sad that I couldn't complete that last level, but this next one is a lot more fun, and it's called Hot Kumquats. And you basically have to jump across dry bones, and it's just a castle level with dry bones and blue platforms, and it's just a lot of fun to jump across them. And this jump, again, also really tricky. I don't know why, but it was just really hard for me to make that jump. And then right here, pretty simple part right here, and this jump also. So it seems like there's a common theme with jumps that I can't get. It's jumps that I have to make a jump off of another enemy into a one block. And I don't know what it is about those, but they were just very tricky. So then I made it to the checkpoints, and I really wish I completed this one. I should have, but I was just really tired that day when I finished up, and I didn't want to finish it. So I did do this for a while, but I was not able to finish it. I got to here, and then that's about as far as I got, and that is where I ended. So unfortunately, I was not able to complete all the worlds and Dmoney's first world of a super world. But if you want to try to beat them for yourself, I would definitely recommend checking his super world out. I will put the link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.